tickets on 280 airlines, representatives for Condor, the German airlines, and main agents for Virgin, KLM and Air France, who are specialists to the Middle East. Walk in to our ticket office at Morris Bishop Highway, call 439-4444, WhatsApp 534-7755 or visit caribjet.com.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
The Marquee Pentecostal Church presents 4 Sundays of Good News, beginning Easter Sunday at the Marquee Basketball Court. The open-air meetings will take place on April 17th and 24th and May 1st and 15th from 6:30 p.m. each Sunday. Come hear dynamic preaching from Bishop Dave King.
I am still standing because Jehovah God is still my healer, is my deliverer.
And Evangelist Abraham Regis.
When you're born again, you're born into the kingdom of God.
Addressing the chaotic events now happening around the world. 4 Sundays of Good News will be streamed live from the Marquee Pentecostal Church Facebook page and Hope 103.1 FM. Don't miss this grand time of music, song, and the Word on April 17th and 24th and May 1st and 15th from 6:30 p.m. each Sunday.
RENDEC Community Partnership Initiative, supporting education.
The project for our school is the expansion of the school feeding department and home economics department. Our previous kitchen area has been very small and sometimes it became congested. Therefore, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you to GRENLEC for partnering with us in ensuring that we improve the quality of education that we provide here at Riverside Government School.
GRENLEC, energizing our community.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Good evening. Welcome to the MTV News for Thursday, the 14th of April. Coming up, health officials record a slight increase in COVID-19 cases. Royal Grenada Police Force to increase patrols during Easter holiday. Pure Grenada featured on UK primetime television. And in sport, Grenadian athletes and coaches are off to Kingston, Jamaica. And of course, that'll be for Carifta 2022. We'll have details to those and other stories coming up for you right after the break, along with the public forecast information. Do stay with us.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple.
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call GRENLEC at 237 and they will come and help.
Alright.
Never fly kites near the power lines. If your kite ever gets tangled, do not attempt to remove it on your own. A message from Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening. With the news in detail, I'm Tony Julian. COVID-19 cases in Grenada have slightly increased in the last few days. However, Health Minister Nicholas Steele says that people should not panic as the situation is being monitored. On Wednesday, the country recorded 40 new cases of COVID-19 and 4 hospitalized cases, according to the Ministry of Health dashboard, and 4 new recoveries. According to the latest dashboard, there are currently 131 active cases. Now, testing continues with just over 300 people getting tested per day.
We would expect to see these sort of trends. Remember, we are learning to live with COVID. COVID is not gone. We're living with COVID. So because we are monitoring it, and quite aggressively monitoring, you will see, as we report to the public, occurrences of increases, but we need to remain on our guard to make sure that these are just minor increases and that we all do what is necessary, which is vaccination and practicing as best as possible what we need to prevent us from spreading this disease or any other.
The health minister is urging citizens to be careful during the Easter weekend. He's advising people to stay protected despite the drop in restrictions.
Easter weekend coming up, we need to also be on our guard, wear a mask wherever possible. If we believe we are at risk, or if we're in close circles with individuals, while it is not the law to wear the mask, I still think, and most of us do, that it is advisable in certain conditions to wear a mask when you're in large gatherings or so. And also, if anyone does feel any symptoms or so, they most definitely should wear a mask to protect their loved ones and those around them from possibly spreading whatever it is they have. And get tested. Get tested.
The Royal Grenada Police Force will increase its patrolling across the country this Easter weekend. In fact, officers are calling on citizens to be vigilant and to stay safe during the holiday. During a press briefing today, Thursday, the Royal Grenada Police Force rolled out its plans to ensure that people comply with the law.
Members of the Royal Grenada Police Force will be out in their numbers this Easter weekend to deal with any unlawful activities from citizens. The increase in police presence is geared at preventing crime and other situations that may arise, including accidents. During the past 2 years, the Easter weekend in Grenada was celebrated mainly indoors due to the pandemic. However, this year it will be different due to the lifting of COVID-19 protocols. Members of the Western Division of the RGPF have also implemented plans to ensure everyone celebrates a peaceful Easter, especially on Bathway Beach. Inspector Roy Nelson is in charge of the Sutels police station. He elaborates on plans for the area as they anticipate larger crowds.
We realize that Bathway, Davy Beach, and Liver has become the choice place for people to congregate and to socialize on such a time. And not everyone would keep Christ at the back of their mind in their celebration. So we have put into place a little plan so that to ensure that everyone celebrate and the peace is maintained. post-COVID, we realize that persons want to free up and have a good time, and we are there to ensure that they do just that. So we'll be on the ground at Bathway, Davie.
Superintendent Demion Lee is the officer in charge of the Eastern Division.
And we are now finding ourselves where even Good Friday and Easter Sunday, their activities are inconsistent with that tradition. And therefore, as those activities mushroom throughout the state, beach parties, fetes, what have you, it is imperative that we as RGPF, having seen from previous engagements the ills that emanate from those things, road accidents, bodily injuries, we think it responsible of us at this time, as we are going into the season, to remind our citizenry of their need to act responsibly.
ASP Trevor Rodney, second in charge of the Central Division, is appealing to citizens to be respectful of the security measures this weekend.
Notwithstanding that we have done this year after year, but every year a different challenge is presented. And because of the lockdown, we've seen all of the activities, we've seen increase patron. And therefore, it means that we have to adjust our approach in terms of policing strategies to suit the situation.
According to Inspector Nelson, police officers will be at Bathway from 10 a.m. on Friday just to ensure individuals celebrate peace and safety. Police are calling on underage children to refrain from drinking any type of alcohol. Meanwhile, according to Inspector Nelson, only one person sought permission to play amplified music at Bathway. Any other person playing amplified music will be charged. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
After just about 2 years of not being able to freely participate in traditional Easter activities like kite flying, Grenadians are back out in full force. Amidst the hustle and bustle, even the kite makers and vendors say that they are excited to be back out. MTV spoke with a few of the vendors around the town of St. George. Here's what they had to say about how things are shaping up for them.
I'm finding it so bad right now because we're fighting up still, seeing what's going on. Are two selling still. Well, you know we was on lockdown for the last 2 years, so when I was home now, I enjoy kite for the lockdown because that always the best fun, because lockdown, so we fly a lot of kite. But now we come in town to sell and see what's going on.
Well, the kite business is a little bit slow, but I still want to say thank God for the blessings still, you know. Without God is nothing, you know. I just want to say thank God for His mercies and His blessings, you know. For the past couple of years gone by, it was better, but I still want to say thank God for the blessings.
Everything kind of did by my side, you know. You're going real slow by my side, and, you know. But yeah, jamming it out still. Well, it's good to be back. I mean, you make a little money and keep things going, you know.
For now, I find the sales is going okay. After the pandemic, the 2 years lockdown and stuff, we didn't have time to sell kite and stuff, you know. It's all good so far. We have enough sales, as you can see. The place is busy. Everybody's buying kite right now. Everybody's preparing for the beach and stuff, you know.
It's all about discovering the hidden treasures of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And the Grenada Tourism Authority, GTA, along with other stakeholders, they're all doing their part through a film that showcases Grenada and Grenadian life and culture. Now, the objective of the film, which was hosted by the UK's television host Jane MacDonald, is to highlight 4 main pillars of the tri-island state to bring even more visitors to the island.
The team at the Grenada Tourism Authority is being applauded for their unique efforts in marketing Grenada to the international market through creative and innovative methods. One of the GTA's most recent initiatives included a film highlighting the culture, food, and adventure aspects of Grenada. This 1-hour film, Holidaying with Jane, the Grenada episode, will be broadcast on primetime television in the United Kingdom this coming Sunday. Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Dr. Clarice Modeste Kerwin, says they are thankful to have this opportunity to be highlighted. She described it as a new and compelling avenue to showcase Grenada and all of its treasures.
Grenada is undoubtedly one of a kind in the Caribbean, and this episode highlights some of the best we have to offer. It also speaks to the warmth and friendliness of our people that is well known.
She commended the GTA team for their proactiveness as it relates to boosting the country on the international market. Chief Executive Officer of the GTA, Petra Roach, explained the significance of such a film being shown to the UK market.
Just showcasing the pillars of Grenada and our people, which probably would cost us, if we were to pay in dollar amount, approximately £1 million. And we've got this all for free in conjunction with our partners here on the island. So I really think that this augurs well for us in the future. As you're aware, the UK market represents between 16 to 20% of our overall visitation.
She went on to say that it was not an easy task, as the producers were only aiming at featuring 4 Caribbean islands. But their presentation was able to woo the team, including the presenter Jane MacDonald, who describes Grenada as the best-kept secret in the Caribbean.
We've got 4 pillars of growth that we particularly focused on, and you will see that today, which were diving, which was soft adventure, which was the culinary story of Grenada, and also the story of chocolate from tree to bar. The fact that we are 3 islands, 1 destination, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, was also one of the, strengths that we had, one of the USPs.
The other islands featured were St. Lucia, Barbados, and Antigua. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Houston.
With Air Canada ceasing its direct airlift between Grenada and Canada, there are concerns about the impact that this will have on Grenada's tourism sector, particularly as the carnival season approaches. Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Dr. Clarice Modeste-Kerwin, says although this situation is not unique to Grenada, the authorities are currently engaging other airlines and trying to minimize the fallout. But let's get more in this report.
With no direct flights coming to Grenada from Canada, Grenada's tourism sector may be facing some difficult times. This, according to authorities, is affecting not just Grenada, but other islands around the region. As the carnival season approaches, the decision by Air Canada will also affect the flow of visitors, particularly those who want to travel directly to Grenada. According to Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Dr. Clarice Modeste-Kerwin, they are currently in talks with other airlines.
We have anticipated that we would have problems, of course, with Air Canada not being able to come, and we have engaged. We have not sat down. We have engaged other airlines, as we usually do around the carnival time, because even with Air Canada coming in, there is not enough, but we are expanding our reach to see what can happen, especially for the carnival period. And so dialogue is already in progress for that.
Speaking to our news desk on the situation and how it would impact the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association was Arlene Friday, CEO of the association.
The fact that we don't have direct flights from Canada has had a huge impact on occupancy for hotels, especially those whose target market is Canada. It's been really difficult, because many passengers right now are not flying because they have to either go to another island where they have different protocols than Grenada. So there's already that difficulty. There's also the additional expense of going through another island.
She says the Canadian market is a significant market for Grenada.
Many hotels that might be maybe their second target market. Some might look to, let's say to England, which, okay, you have the UK passengers, but the Canadian market is a really huge market. You have hotels like Royalton that really depend on that market. You have some other smaller properties that also depend on that market.
Friday went on to say they are currently working alongside the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association to look at ways they can lobby and advocate for Grenada to improve the flow of visitors to the island. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosten.
Oh, in addition to the assistance provided by government to secure airlift for cargo and major fish exporters, Minister Clarice Modeste-Kerwin has said that they are working on getting even more help, specifically for the fishers or with smaller vessels. According to the minister, as recently as 3 weeks ago, it was brought to her attention that there have been some issues in relation to the quality of their exported fish. She says that she has been in contact with one of the bigger exporters with whom this information was relayed, and she and her fellow ministers are working together.
I know that in recent times, especially those who have, the fishermen who have small boats, somehow their fish gets left behind, and we're discussing that with the exporters. So together with the Minister for Fisheries, Honorable Yulan Bain Hosford, and the Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Peter David, we are having discussions. What I was told, and we've been following up with the main exporter of fish in our country, in following up on conversation with him, because when I heard about it last week, I called him. He was out of the country, but we managed to connect. And I asked, well, what is happening with the smaller boats? And he said, well, when the fish gets to North America, they have had complaints about the poor quality of the fish.
The minister says this begs many questions as to what the problem really is.
Now, it does beg the question, why just the smaller boats, and why in the past 3 weeks is it something that they're doing differently? And so I've been asking. We have not had major problems with the supply of ice. There are times when some ice machines would break down, but other ice machines in the area, the fishermen source ice from them. So there hasn't been a major problem there. And when I spoke to the gentleman last week, he said to me that he was in Miami trying to find out what the problem is with the quality. I have held discussions with my other colleague ministers so that as soon as possible we can have a meeting with him, followed by a meeting with the fishermen who have been negatively impacted.
However, it was also noted by the minister that a meeting will be held with the said gentleman to chart the way forward. In the meantime, they'll continue to still seek additional service providers. That's the first segment of news. There's more still to come right after the break, so of course, stay with us.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Announcing a wide range of gifts and clothing just in time for Easter. Come on down, check out Q Babies. From newborns to 14-year-olds. Buy one, get one free on selected items. 50% discount on children's shoes. Q Baby, located at the corner of Young and Scott Street, St. George's. We stock cribs, playpens, strollers, and a whole lot more. Q Baby, making Easter special. Your one-stop shop, just in time for Easter.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The most anticipated kids event is happening on Saturday, 16th April, Easter Saturday.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
The Easter Kids Extravaganza. Monroe's Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Easter Saturday. Rides and slides.
Obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castles, and much, much more. Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances from IMG Fuego, the Magico Circus, from Cuba, alongside Vaughan, Looney's Park, and Electrify. Admission kids, $5. Adults, $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monroe's Playing Field. Something not to be missed.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. From the Karani James Boulevard to the National Stadium, this year's May Day Rally will be a special demonstration. As according to Andre Lewis, president of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, TAU. The official launch of the celebrations 2022, that launching was held on Thursday, and all members of the working class are invited to come out and celebrate the day.
The official launch of May Day 2022 celebrations was held on Thursday under the Team Grenada Trade Union Council, promoting workers' unity, consolidating and advancing gains in these challenging times. May Day will be celebrated on Sunday, May 1st under the challenging period coming out of COVID-19. It will be the first May Day celebration in 2 years. This May Day 2022 will also see celebrations in the recent pension ruling. President of the Technical and Allied Workers Union is Andrew Lewis.
And therefore we are clear that May Day this year will be that occasion that all workers, whether you're in the private sector or the public sector, that's a victory for everyone. And workers will demonstrate not just that victory, but the demands and the expectation that the government will make good on the court's ruling. We are calling on all workers to turn out. We are calling on all workers to keep close to their respective unions, to listen to the announcement, purchase your union t-shirts, and come out and demonstrate your solidarity.
Bert Patterson, General Secretary, spoke of the route and time of the May Day March. He said since 2019, they can now celebrate in a normal way. Patterson highlighted the changes.
The May Day route this year will be from Kirani Boulevard, or the Lagoon as some of us may have called it before, most likely from around the Foodland area. We would then proceed on to Tantine, then onto the Carnage, then Melville Street, and into the National Stadium. The rally, which we expect to have a really lot of persons, because our members have indicated that they were not comfortable sitting out the last two May Days. It will be at the Kirani, at the Junior Murray stand. And that is where it would have been held in 2018 from my memory.
Patterson explained the order of march this year and the order in which they will be judged.
And this year, it will be the Cement and Waterfront Workers Union would march first, followed by Commercial and Industrial Workers Union, then followed by the Grenada Union of Teachers, followed by the Bank and General Workers Union, followed by TAO, Technical and Allied Workers Union, then followed by the PW, Public Workers Union, and then followed by GMMIWU.
He says an after May Day march and celebrations will also be held. David Adams, executive member of GTUC, and Brian Grimes, president of the Public Workers Union, were also present at the celebration and launch.
And so as we champion the causes of workers to bring a level of social justice to their lives and sustainability to their lives, we are happy once again to celebrate another May Day.
The pension judgment does not mean, even though that means that we're marching in jubilation and in happiness, it does not mean that the other issues are put on the back burner.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
The Alliance of Evangelical Churches weighs in on the ruling of the court in favor of workers and is calling on government to honor the court's ruling on the pension matter with all fairness and equality, and to conjure up plans as to how to proceed in going forward.
The Alliance of Evangelical Churches held a press conference at the Springs Evangelical Church, St. George, on Thursday, addressing several issues on a national level that have been making waves in recent times. During the conference, President of the Alliance, Reverend Joachim Philipp, weighed in on the High Court's ruling in favor of public servants, calling on government to honor the decision and to respond accordingly.
The Alliance, however, wants to weigh in on the conversation as it relates to the pension ruling. And so the Alliance of Evangelical Churches recognize and accept the ruling of the High Court in the matter concerning the public workers and the state of Grenada. We look forward to the government accepting its financial commitment about the ruling and understanding in doing so that the government will demonstrate in this regard fairness, justice, and honoring the court and the rule of law. We appreciate the fact that the government needs to consider other implications, but we are saying categorically honor the court's ruling and come up with plans as it relates to how the money is dispersed.
First Vice President of the AEC, Bishop Esther Batiste, also addressed some other social issues affecting the nation at this time.
We have seen some burst of crimes increase. Matter of fact, stimulated by disputes. Just the fact that people cannot resolve issues. And so these disputes have resulted in crimes, suicides. We've seen a number of suicide cases, homicide. We have also seen crimes with mentally disturbed individuals. That is very troubling. And so we want to speak into that as well.
Another prevailing issue is injustice in the workplace, she said.
We have seen inequalities. We have seen discrepancies. We have seen unfairness. We have also seen a number of other injustice happening in our workplace, maybe fired by the vaccination and other issues. Of course, we know pretty well, and it's common in our communities and in Grenada, the industrial actions that have taken place over the period of time. So matters relating to unemployment, dismissals, wage disputes, benefits that workers need to get. We are very passionate about how that plays out.
One of the ways they intend to address some of the psychosocial challenges resulting from some of these prevailing issues is through their Christian Counselors Commission and other spiritual interventions.
As the war between Russia and Ukraine intensifies, inflation will continue as supply chains continue to be disrupted, as both countries are key exporters of food and fuel alike. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mike Sylvester, speaking with MTV News in a phone interview on Tuesday, said that the cost of wheat will continue to be affected internationally, resulting in a trickling down that has affected the price of flour products locally.
So corn, wheat, grain, some of the things that we of course are using making flour and animal feed and of course bread and some of the other things. So we would have seen since then an impact on some of the items. I mean, bread in particular would have gone up. Of course, most of the flour that we on the local market is through the local flour mill, but they of course import their supply from outside, so that would have had an impact.
Oil prices are also expected to remain at an all-time high at over $100 a barrel as the Russia-Ukraine war continues. And local consumers will continue to experience the brunt of this increase, Sylvester said.
It's very difficult to predict, but what we in our model, what we predicted that it will remain above 100. So it will remain relatively high compared to where it was before. Given that the price of oil, for example, is expected to remain relatively high, that could be an important issue in terms of affecting people's disposable income and then the government's ability to respond.
According to the latest reports, the end is not in sight, as Russia is amassing new forces to intensify its offensive into Ukraine. The Grenada Informer joins with the rest of the nation in celebrating another Easter weekend. Well, we know that for many, this is a holy period, and the focus will be on worship and reverence. Others will use the holiday to have fun and spend time with family and friends. But whatever you do, we wish you peace and safety. In this week's version of the weekly online paper, News tightens as investigation into missing money at the court heightens. Residents of Cow Hill St. Mark demand use of their access road. Royal Grenada Police Force launches special victims unit hotline billboards. From the Sister Isles, craft vendor using Carib stones for craft. For Carifta Games. Priest appeals for pews to be filled this weekend. That's the second segment of news for this Thursday evening. We'll have the regional roundup coming up after the break.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out, only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do three things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
The most anticipated kids event is happening on Saturday, 16th April, Easter Saturday.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
The Easter Kids Extravaganza. Monrouge Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Easter Saturday, rides and slides.
Obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castles, and much, much more. Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances from IMG Fuego, the Magico Circus from Cuba. Alongside Vaughan, Looney's Park and Electrify. Admission kids, $5. Adults, $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monrouge Playing Field. Something not to be missed.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
My name is Dominic Lawrence. I'm a police officer by profession, and I've been a member of Arizo now for about 20 years or less. I chose to join Arizo because I've been hearing some good stuff about them. And my sister was a member before me. She told me about her good experience that she had with Arizo. What I like most about Arizo is the way they treat you as a member. They take good care of you. They help you in very, very good ways. They have some good products in place to help you. I've been able to budget a lot better because of the products and things that they have in place to help us as members. I love it when you call Ariza and the way they would answer the phone. Ariza, how can we make you smile? I would like to take this time now to congratulate Ariza on the 75 years of service to the people of Grenada.
Welcome back. We now join Josanne McKee-Smith for this evening's Regional Roundup.
Good evening. I am Josanne McKee-Smith. Head of the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center, Professor Richard Robinson is calling on the governments across the region to meet their financial commitments to the institution and not wait for when disaster strikes. On Wednesday, Aubrey Norton was elected unopposed as the new opposition leader of Guyana. Following the election, Norton vowed to hold the government accountable for their actions. Gordon Mosley from Guyana News Source has the details.
Hours after he took that oath of office as Member of Parliament for the APNU-AFC along with Valda Lawrence, PNC Reformer leader and APNU Chairman Aubrey Norton was elected by the opposition as the new leader of the opposition. The election took place during a break in today's sitting at the National Assembly as the opposition met to elect Norton to the post. Just after his election to the position, Mr. Norton told reporters that he will push for the opposition to scrutinize the government more and to also connect the citizens across the country more.
There are a number of priorities. The first priority has to be to ensure we hold the government accountable, to ensure we scrutinize what government is doing, and to ensure that we go out into the villages, the communities, understand the concerns of people, and to represent them. We are elected to represent the people, scrutinize the government, push for transparency, ensure accountability. We are going to do just that.
On the issue of meeting with the president, Mr. Norton said he cannot say if he will be pushing for any meeting with the president, but he knows that in keeping with the Constitution, the president and the leader of the opposition will have to meet and consult on various issues.
Jamaica on Wednesday welcomed Rwandan President Paul Kagame at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. A 21-gun salute signaled the approach of the aircraft carrying Kagame, which touched down about 3:35 p.m., opening a 3-day visit by the president. In an announcement on Monday, the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, noted that the Rwandan leader's visit coincides with Jamaica's 60th anniversary of independence and represents an important opportunity for the deepening of bilateral relations between the two countries. The OPM also said the visit will also help to reinforce the steadily burgeoning relationship between the African continent and the CARICOM region. On disembarking the aircraft, Kagame was met by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Governor-General Sir Patrick Allen, and other government officials. Further afield, police in New York City have arrested a man suspected of shooting 10 commuters in a rush-hour attack at a Brooklyn subway station. 62-year-old Frank James is alleged to have donned a construction worker's helmet, vest, and a gas mask before throwing smoke grenades and opening fire. A massive 30-hour manhunt was launched in the wake of the attack. James was taken into custody on Wednesday afternoon in Manhattan after police received a tip-off. Officials said James was the sole suspect in the shooting at Brooklyn's 36th Street station on Tuesday morning, in which 23 people were wounded, 10 of them from gunfire. The attack renewed calls to address violence in the city's transit system. I am Joseph McKee-Smith for MTV News.
And you're watching the evening edition of news. We'll have more coming up for you after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Ariza Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there, I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
This is MTV News for the 14th of April. Sporting highlights are next.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
Announcing a wide range of gifts and clothing just in time for Easter. Come on down, check out Q Babies. From newborns to 14-year-olds. Buy one, get one free on selected items. 50% discount on children's shoes. Q Baby, located at the corner of Young and Scott Street, St. George's. We stock cribs, playpens, strollers, and a whole lot more. Q Baby, making Easter special. Your one-stop shop, just in time for Easter.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
And coming up in sport, Grenadian athletes ready for Carifta Games in Jamaica. Details to that and other highlights coming up for you.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
And now a special evening to you sporting fans. Let's turn things over to Donella Houston for your highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada's team for Carifta 2022 left the island on Thursday for Kingston, Jamaica. The locally based athletes are Cameron Thomas, under 20 in javelin, Serena Alexander, under 17 javelin, Rayvon Telesford, under 17 javelin, Shante Augustine, under 17 100 meters and 200 meters, as well as Coach Paul Phillip and Coach Carol Evans. MTV Sports spoke to Coach Phillip, who is very excited for this year's Carifta Games.
A lot is expected of those athletes. I think they would have earned their places on the team. They have been training. all of those who would have qualified have been showing consistent performances throughout the season, and I think we look forward to them just continuing to doing that, and hopefully they manifest themselves into medals. I think the expectation is high. The last time we had a Carifta Games, it was in the Cayman Islands, and there we came back with 9 medals. We would look to surpass that.
MTV also spoke with 2 of the athletes.
My name is Rayvon Telesod. I attend the St. David's Catholic Secondary School. I'll be participating in the boys under 17 javelin. Well, my preparation for javelin was pretty good. I think I achieved a lot this year. The distance I will try to go for the under 17 record this year. The record is 64 meters and 34. I'll try to better that and come back with the goal, I guess.
My name is Cameron Thomas. I attend the TAMCC. I'll be taking part in the javelin under 20 boys. Been a hard preparation, injury, pain, but never give up. Always been in training, preparing, talking to the coach, seeing other ways to better myself. For this year, in 2019, I threw 57 to place second. This year, well, 2020, 2021, there was no Carifta, hardly training because of the COVID. So this year, started back and improved a lot, up in the 60s now. The target is 65 meters.
Local athletes from the USA will join the other members of the team who are based in Jamaica. The Carifta Games take place from April 15th to 18th. During the Pure Grenada Cup launch on Wednesday, President of the Grenada Football Association announced that the GFA has started discussions with FIFA Plus, a department that was developed by FIFA to allow 165 countries to benefit from a digital revenue.
The Pure Grenada Cup, the Premier League, and some of our better games in the Conference League will be digitalized and shown to the world. And that stands the opportunity to bring in additional revenue for the Grenada Football Association. That program, which was only launched yesterday, Grenada can safely say we are part of it. And we are hopeful that any monies received as a result of that will go straight back into the investment of our players.
He also says FIFA had introduced a talent development program for younger players.
And we, the Grenada Football Association, will be applying for it because it will give us an opportunity to have additional funding whereby we can spot talent, harness those talents, and develop them over the years.
The senior women's national team is out of the CONCACAF women's qualifiers, but looking forward to more opportunities to play and improve their skills. The team returns to Grenada on Thursday, and the Grenada Football Association places on record its sincere appreciation to the players and coaching staff for taking up the challenge to represent Grenada on the world stage with a resilient fighting spirit. The 2022 CONCACAF Women's Championship will serve as the CONCACAF qualifiers for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Following this competition, the GFA is focused on keeping the senior women's team in training and creating international friendly opportunities during the FIFA windows later this year. Additionally, the GFA is set on launching an 11 versus 11 women's league later this year to give girls and women more on the field experience to enhance their skills. This is a developmental upgrade since the last women's competition was a 7 versus 7 league. Windy's coach Phil Simmons says he is hopeful that he will be able to conduct more camps for the team to get ready for the matches. West Indies are preparing to tour the Netherlands for 3 one-day internationals from May 31st to June 4th and will then travel to Pakistan for 3 ODIs June 8th to 12th.
We've been trying to have for the longest while, but it's just the fixtures are so congested that to find a 10 days somewhere to do something like this is difficult. But once we have a 10 days somewhere, we're going to try and do more like this.
And that's it for this evening's sports. Do have a wonderful weekend. I am Donella Hostin.
Thank you, Donella, for the latest sporting highlights there. And viewers, we'll have the public forecast information and then a recap of the headlines when we return.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Good Thursday evening, viewers, with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. Sunny conditions continue to dominate throughout the Eastern Caribbean. We did see one or two small patches of low-level moisture continuing to produce showers over the Central Island, but those were very few and very far apart and very brief. They trough into the north of the Caribbean, which is going to impact our winds, bringing lighter winds already, causing lighter winds, I should say, already over the Eastern Caribbean, would continue to do so throughout the weekend. This slight haze is continuing to creep closer. It's just about on our doorstep. We are already seeing some effects of that, but it's going to intensify a wee bit over the weekend. Right now, to the immediate east of the islands, mostly St. Vincent and Barbados, we do have this area of cloudiness here that will continue to move westward, dissipating again as it does so, and it is mostly low-level moisture. We do have one or two small patches of clouds here, could bring some very brief inland showers during the nighttime tonight. The forecast for Thursday night is for mostly fair conditions. As I said, the chance of about a 30% chance of some very brief inland showers. Winds will be easterly between 5 and 15 miles per hour with a minimum temperature of around 24. The moon rose early on this afternoon at 4:38. It's going to set in the early morning at 4 minutes past 5. Lots of sunshine on Friday, northeasterly to easterly winds 10 to 22 miles per hour. 20% chance of the odd very brief sprinkle again, moderate seas, 5 to 7 foot waves. Sunrise at 5:55, sunset 6:19, the maximum temperature of 34 will feel like 39. Mostly sunny conditions in Port of Spain with isolated showers in Bridgetown and mostly fair in Kingston. Showers also in Miami, sunshine in New York and partly cloudy in London. Heading into the weekend, generally fair and slightly hazy conditions on Saturday and Sunday. The haze will continue, easing a bit by Wednesday, but still we're going to see some of it. Slight increase in cloudiness from Monday onwards. Just about a 30 to 40% chance of very brief showers, mostly again in the nighttime. So the daytime should bring lots of sunshine for us to enjoy over the long weekend. That's it for me for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night, a safe and an enjoyable weekend, and I'll be back on Tuesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Health officials have recorded a slight increase in COVID-19 cases. Royal Grenada Police to increase patrolling during the Easter holiday. Pure Grenada featured on UK primetime television. And in sport, Grenadian athletes and coaches are off to Kingston, Jamaica for Carifta 2022. We've had details to those and other stories and a look at the public forecast information this time round for Thursday, 14th of April. All for now, on behalf of the news and production departments and Tony Julian, we all thank you so very much for watching. We wish you a good night and of course a safe and wonderful Easter weekend.
I'm a winner, you are winner. We are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Well, good evening to you viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lottery Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Thursday, the 14th of April, 2022. I'm Lexanne Fletcher and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. I've got Ms. Giselle Alexander joining me. Of course, she's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. She's here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Well, don't forget with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix, and pair tickets and from $2 on backup tickets. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. All right, check your tickets. First number is 9, second number 5, third and final 4. Let's recap, double check your tickets. Of course, if you're watching on the screen, numbers on the screen. First number was 9, second number 5, third and final was 4. Congratulations if you're with it this evening, and do stay tuned. We've got the Playway Draw coming up next. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner, you are winner. We are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back. It's time for the Playway Draw for this evening, Thursday, the 14th of April, 2022. Joining me once again is Ms. Giselle Alexander. Of course, she's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, don't forget, with the Playway game, all you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10 or in increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice. And get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. Let's find out what the winning Playway number will be for this evening. Value your dreams, win your way with Playway. Good luck. And this evening's winning Playway number is, the winning Playway number for this evening is 21. That's 2121. The dream symbol is wedding. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number, that number 21, 2121, the dream symbol, wedding. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. We've got the cash for a draw coming up right after the break, of course. So get your tickets out and be ready for that. We'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's time for the Daily Cash for Draw for this evening, Thursday, the 14th of April, 2022. Join me once again, this is Ms. Giselle Alexander. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, don't forget, with the Cash for game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types, with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. Hope you got your tickets. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck. And the first number is 7, second. Second number 4, third. Third number 1, fourth and final. Yes, fourth and final is 4. All right, it's time to recap. Double check your tickets. First number was 7, the second number 4, third number 1, and the fourth and final 4. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. Well, don't forget, it's a long weekend. We're not here tomorrow, but we are here on Saturday. So do go on out, get your tickets, and do continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a great day tomorrow.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day, with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet, and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Ulrich Bowler, also known as Soon, of Diego P. St. Mark, passed away on Tuesday 29th March 2022 at the age of 64. He was the brother of Cheryl Noel, Gerald Slater, Maureen Ramdeen, Avril Daniels, Rasmond Elahi, Leonard Batiste, Ephraim Williams, Oral Bowler, Cleveland Bowler, Roy White, Lennox Grell and Ralston Grell. Nephew of Avis Jones and Allian Samuel. Many nieces and nephews. Many grandnieces and nephews. Many cousins, other relatives and friends including the Bowler, Samuel, Diali, Scott, Ramjohn, Gangadine, McEwen, Japal, David, Jurican and Granger families, and friends and neighbors of Diego Peace and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Ulrich Bowler, also known as Soon, of Diego Peace St. Mark, will take place on Tuesday 19th April at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Samaritan Presbyterian Church, and entombment will be at the Family Cemetery Diego Peace. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Violet Elizabeth Alexander, née Mapp, of St. Paul, St. George, died on Monday, April 4th, 2022, at the age of 90. She was the mother of Roy, George, Alfred and Ivor Alexander, Claudia Samuel and Carolyn Twine. Grandmother of 13, Marcia and Twine Beckford in Jamaica, Andre, Ian, Emmanuel, Keenan and Irma Alexander, Denise Cogan, Cynthia Grulon, Halima Graves, Vanessa, Howard, Crystal and Evelyn Samuel, all in the USA. Great-grandmother of 10, sister of James Mapp, mother-in-law of Cheryl, Jackie, Mayra and Dolores Alexander and Everard Samuel. Sister-in-law of 5, including Lorna Mapp. Aunt of Jessica Reed in England, Veronica Alexander and Ray Mapp in Grenada, and Reagan Mapp in Trinidad. Many cousins in Grenada, Trinidad, and the USA, including Christiana Wilkinson and Randolph Edwards. Other relatives and friends including the Batiste family, including Eunice Batiste, the Bruno family, including Dorothy Bruno, the Decoto family, the Alexanders, including Anthony and Keith, the Celestines, pastors and members of the People's Church St. Paul's and the entire Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies denomination, and neighbors and friends of St. Paul's, Mardi Gras, Pedmota, Mondelez and surrounding areas. The celebration of life service for the late Violet Elizabeth Alexander, née Mapp, of St. Paul, St. George, will take place on Tuesday 19th April at 1 p.m. Service will be held at the People's Church St. Paul, St. George, and interment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase, of Grandon, St. George, died on Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, at the age of 82. She was the mother of Leslie Maxime, sister of Lucy Samuel, sister-in-law of Vincent Samuel, aunt of Denise Birchwood and Lennox Maxime in Canada, Bernard Chase, Benedict, Karina, Alex and Vincent Samuel Jr. in Canada, cousin of Ramona Smith and family in Trinidad. Other relatives and friends, including Doreen Newton and family, Shirley Depradine and family, Ivory Benjamin and family, Bernadette McIntyre and family, Cecilia Burris and family, the McIntyre families of Grandons, the staff and residents of the Hillsview Home for the Aged at Wharf, other relatives and friends of Grandons, Belmont and Caliste. The funeral of the late Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase of Grandon, St. George, will take place on Wednesday, April 20th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Church, Grandon, St. George, and interment will be at the Grandon Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anne Maria Wilson, also known as Joyce Delisford, and Miss Romaine, of Mon Repos, Providence, St. David, who resided at Concord, St. John, passed away on Saturday, 2nd April 2022, at the age of 85. She was the mother of Terriest Telesford and Winston Telesford in the USA, grandmother of Dornette, Ryan and Carrie in the USA, great-grandmother of Orion, Journey and Evan in the US, sister of Stephanie Wilson, Agatha Edwards and Rosamond Alexander in the United Kingdom, Bernadette Clement in the US, Jacqueline Julian in Canada, Rebecca Noel and Judith Steele in Grenada, Hyacinth Telesford in the USA, and Ralph Telesford in Grenada. Sister-in-law of Newton Edwards, Raymond Wilson, Carlisle Romaine in the UK, and Eric Julian in Canada. Mother-in-law of Eileen Telesford in the USA. Aunt of many in the United Kingdom, the USA, Canada, Germany, Greece, Barbados, Trinidad, and Grenada. Many other relatives and close friends including Chester Langine and family, the Wilson family of Brooklyn Concord, Junior Phillips and family of Montmoritz, Rita Wilson and family of Creighton, Peter Hercules, the Mason, Cuffey, Licorice and Lett families, the Radix family, Sir Danny and Lady Williams, the Telesford family of Providence, and friends and neighbors of Brooklyn, Concord, St. John, and Providence, St. David. The funeral of the late Anne Maria Wilson, also known as Joyce Telesford and Miss Romaine, of Mon Repos, Providence, St. David, who resided at Concord, St. John, will take place on Wednesday, April 20th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Concord Catholic Church and interment will be at the Power Park Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. John David Lawrence, also known as John David Narain and John Day, of Bel Air, who resided at Moya and at Paradise St. Andrew, passed away on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 85. He was the uncle of Christine Morris Kuhn, Sharon Peters, Evelyn Thomas, Doreen Peters, Rosalind Thompson, Irene Rameau, Drina Charles, Jocelyn, Lucille Pascal, Gemma Moore, Lena Young, Vashti Phillip, Melissa Porter, Janet Charles, Dean Charles Lee, Manny Moore, Everest Porter, Esmond Lewis, Larry, Jeremiah, Lydon, Adrian, Desmond and Raymond Rameau, Kenneth Fletcher, Raymond Charles, Kai, Effie, also known as Broadman, Vishnu Phillip, Julius Porter, and Derek Thomas. Caregiver, Nazi Romaine. Many other relatives and close friends including Anne Moore, Glenda Phillip, Marjorie Porter, Shandara McIntyre, Dr. Renault, the Narain and Rameau families of Redmond, Duquesne, Samaritan, and St. Mark, and friends and neighbors of Paradise, Moya, Bel Air, Conference, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late John David Lawrence, also known as John David Narain, and John Day, of Bel Air, who resided at Moya and Paradise St. Andrew, will take place on Thursday, April 21st at 2 p.m. Funeral service and interment will be held at the Family Cemetery, Moya St. Andrew, according to Church of God rites. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Carlisle Godfrey James, also known as Black Boy and Baggies, of Beaulieu St. George, died on Tuesday, 22nd March 2022, at the age of 69. Left to mourn his passing are his wife, Angela Veronica Thomas James, children Rondell K. James and Anisha James in Grenada, Marlon Noel in England, and Marilyn Cajo in Canada. 4 sisters, including Edna Duncan in England, and Janie Ann Thomas in the USA. 4 brothers, Reverend Gerald James in the USA, Michael James in Canada, David Redhead in Trinidad, and Alfred James in the USA. Grandfather of 7. Uncle of many, including Tanisha Seeley, Isaac, and David James. Brother-in-law of many, including Reverend Monica James, Judy Thomas, Ignatius and Sherman Thomas and family. Many close relatives and friends, including Monica Clarence and family, Dominic Paul and family, Carmen Lawrence and family, Ayana Williams and family, Glenroy Mark, Harold Paul, Scally, Bernadette and Junior Sylvester, Ferdinand Gooding, the James family of Beaulieu, the Clarence family of Boca, the Thomas family of Vendham, the Roberts family of Boca, the Archibald family, the Bailey family, the members of the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union and the Trucking Association, employees of the Grenada Ports Authority, and the priest and congregation of the Beaulieu Roman Catholic Church, and friends of Bolio, Boca, The Stones, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Carlisle Godfrey James, also known as Black Boy and Baggies, of Bolio St. George, will take place on Thursday, 21st April at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Our Lady Help of Christians Catholic Church, Bolio St. George, and interment will be at the family cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Willen Dennis Thomas, also known as Mr. Buddy and Thousand Smart of Laton St. David, who resided at Grand Anse St. George, passed away on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 53. He was the son of Stephen Thomas, father of Leroy and Enoch, grandfather of Nia Hansia and Leanna Charles, brother of William, Brent, Marcel, Lisa, Tara, and Alyssa, father-in-law of Casella Frank Charles, brother-in-law of Patricia Thomas and Darrell Johnson, uncle of Giselle, Simone, Carmine, Cassidy, Giovanni, Austin, Cameron, Shoness, Mohana, Lichelle, Vidget, and Herman. Many aunts and uncles. Other relatives and friends including Samantha Thomas, Loftus Joseph, the Thomas, Joseph, Caliste, Nelson, Cummings, Dubiset, and Fletcher families, Grand Anse Beach vendors, the Scuba Divers Association, the staff at the General Hospital, especially Dr. Tassis, and friends and neighbors of Grand Anse, Frequenté, Guankai, Felix Park, Latente, and the Stones. The funeral of the late Willen Dennis Thomas, also known as Mr. Buddy and Thousand Smart, of Latente St. David, who resided at Grand Anse St. George, will take place on Thursday, 21st April at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church, Grand Anse St. George, and interment will be at the Grand Anse Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Michael Anthony Frederick, also known as No Maroon, of New Hampshire St. George, died on Wednesday, April 6, 2022, at the age of 67. Left to mourn are his sisters Esty, Cinda, and Lynette, brothers Patrick, Alan, Alban, Rupert, Wolf, Lennox and Cecil Raphael, Neil Baba, and Lyle. Nieces and nephews Chanel, Janelle, Rocco, Dana, Lisa, Ruben, Erica, Akil, Cheryl Ann, and many more. Grandnieces and nephews Tasha, Aaliyah, Joshua, Osha, Bailey, Tamir, Zion, Kristen and Shanika, and Sherika. Brother-in-law Uncle Willie. Many close relatives and friends including Benji, Seppi, Auntie Kay, Marian, Sean, Byron, Dee, Julian, Goodman and family of New Hampshire, Irene Johnson and family, Paul McBurney and family, the Frederick family of New Hampshire, and the Duncan family of Happy Hill, and friends and family of New Hampshire and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Michael Anthony Frederick, also known as No Maroon of New Hampshire St. George, will take place on Wednesday, April 20th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the New Hampshire Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the New Hampshire Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Veronica Annette Seals of Grand Mole St. George died on Friday, April 8th, 2022, at the age of 64. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Annette Seals of Grand Mole St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Maria George, also known as Queen of Chantimel, who resided at Lamode St. Patrick, passed away on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Maria George, also known as Queen of Chantimel, who resided at Lamode St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Francis Thomas George, also known as Robbie of Riverside St. Patrick, who resided at Moya St. Andrew, passed away on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Francis Thomas George, also known as Robbie, of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at Moya St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes. Teresa Bubb, née Francis, also known as Mama, of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, St. George, who resided in Trinidad, passed away on Tuesday, 5th April 2022, at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Bubb, née Francis, also known as Mama, of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, St. George, who resided in Trinidad, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anthony James, also known as Bang Bang, of Content St. David, died on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 83. The funeral arrangements for the late Anthony James, also known as Bang Bang, of Content St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Paula Matthew of Fontenoy St. George passed away on Wednesday, March 30th, 2022, at the age of 85. The funeral arrangements for the late Paula Matthew of Fontenoy St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes.
Raymond Toussaint, also known as Tuss, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in Westerhall St. David, passed away on Monday, 28 March, at the age of 58. The funeral arrangements for the late Raymond Toussaint, also known as Tuss, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in Westerhall St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 16th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes. Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes. Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, passed away on Saturday, 12th March 2022 in Canada, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes. Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away in Trinidad at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joseph Peterson of Chantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 25th February in the UK at the age of 87. The funeral arrangement of the late Joseph Peterson of Chantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Home.
In loving memory of Peter Paul Modeste of Riversally St. Mark, who passed away on April 9th, 2018. Dear husband in heaven, I thought of you with love today, but that is nothing new. I thought about you yesterday and days before that too. I think of you in silence. I often speak your name. All I have are memories and your picture in a frame. Your memory is my keepsake with which I'll never part. God has you in his keeping. I have you in my heart. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The pain and agony of losing someone is never easy. Within your own mind and heart, there is a deep pain, agony that no one can fill. Within you see yourself painfully accepting the fact that you have lost someone you love. But this is what the Word of God said in the book of Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and the earth. To Him you need to look to for your help and your leadership and your guidance. Man will not give you that help that you need. Money, fame, even the very material things that you have seek. You realize in losing someone, none of those things would give you help. Right now, there is one person who stands ready to help you. His name is Jesus Christ. He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why not trust Him today? Why not allow Him to be at peace in your life? I want to pray for you and your family. Pray with me. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I surrender, Lord, every heart that is painfully accepting the reality of their lives who have lost a loved one. I pray, O God, that you comfort those families, give them strength, enable them to see, God, that you are there for them, that you, Lord, would never leave them, nor will you forsake them, for from you will come their help. I ask your blessing and for strength for them today, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen and amen. May God bless you and keep you and sustain you. May He overshadow you and look over your family as you reach deep within and overcome this deep sorrow and pain that you face. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. God bless you.